Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode.
Welcome back.
Is that your strong voice? I was teasing Amanda right before this because she was telling a friend the other day how she used to be so passive and now she's not going to take any shit off of anybody. But then sometimes she gets on camera and she goes, well, hi, welcome back.
Right, it's true.
We thought about today, we talk about some of the firsts that you've been going through in light of everything, and then also why you don't ever want to use the word with this, the C word. So maybe we'll start with the first, and we'll go to the C word. What do you think?
Yes.
One of the ones that came up is Amanda did her first recorded interview last week, and it should air sometime pretty soon. Whenever it does, I'll put a link in the comments on this video. But it was a really cool time. It was both of us together. It was with a lady named Jane, who I've had the pleasure of talking with several times over the years. She's just an absolutely wonderful human. And one of the first people to really kind of jump on board with this journey that we've all been on and throw her hat into the ring of any way she could do, she could help. And she really wanted to sit down and talk with both of us. And we did that together. And what was that like for you?
Well, I don't know if I've ever been interviewed before.
Well, that's why we're saying it's your first interview.
Oh.
Usually, the definition of a first is that you've never done the thing before.
This is literally how my brain is. Like, it's so hard. Like, that was the thing with the interview. Is like,
Stay in the camera frame. Don't get so excited you jump out of it.
No, what would happen is, like, she would ask a question. I was so excited about the question, but then I would forget the question she just asked. So, I did okay. I did the best I could. With what I remembered her asking before I started opening my mouth. Because I know there were a few things that, like, were not what she asked.
There was one root beer kind of moment.
I know, yeah, there was definitely that.
When you were wanting to talk about death cleaning, and she happened to ask you about it right before you said it, which was pretty funny.
Yes.
But, overall, what did it feel like for you to be able to engage in a conversation, have somebody who's found value in your journey and our journey enough to the point where she feels there's merit of just talking more in depth with you about certain things, and then she can go and share it out to her audience too, because she feels it'd be something of value to them. Yeah.
Well, I really liked her as a person.
Yeah,
I thought
awesome.
She was really sweet, and she was kind, and she was just unbelievably genuine. I felt like that from, like, the get-go, and without her even saying it, it was more an interview about, like, empowerment and choosing what's best for you, and that's not always what everyone does in life. Like, I made some certain choices that people might think are crazy, but I really liked her as a person. I really liked her.
You feel like you did well for your first interview?
Yeah. And I don't remember how it ended, but she was.
It ended with us saying goodbye.
Oh, no. We'll have to watch.
We will. We'll definitely watch it. She did both an audio and a video recording, and I think she will publish both. So we will definitely re-watch it together.
Yes.
But yeah, I think you did really well.
Thank
you were nervous leading up to it, right? And you were kind of talking about
my heart rate, because my Aura ring. I need to somehow get sponsored by Aura Ring or whatever, because I'm like, everyone needs one. Everyone needs one.
Put that out to the universe that you want to get sponsored by Aura Ring.
No, I don't. But
you don't know?
No, I was teasing, but I think it's a really good wearable.
Remind me, I need to put a little outtake of Aura Ring right here so we can just let them know that you're curious in sponsorship.
No, I'm good.
But you did. You had some anxiety leading up to it, right? How come?
Well, I was going to have to be on camera, which is I was going to have to remember
You've been practicing
that I was on camera. And just, I was really nervous about my cognitive abilities, which played out.
But nervous for what reason?
Like, I didn't want to just freeze and then not know what to say, or like continuously look at you for answers.
But if you did, what would that mean? What would that matter?
Well, I mean, I just didn't want to, not like waste your time, but yeah, it was just terrible.
No, it's an interesting thing though that we think that, right? Here you are, having gone through what you've gone through the last few months, and you have a person who's just such a genuine soul reaching out because she sees so much value in what you've been sharing and what we've been putting out there, and how you've approached everything. And then after going through brain surgery, and it was really funny too, because I think we talked about this after the fact. You mentioned something like brain surgery was less scary than doing an interview.
Yes.
Right?
Awake brain surgery.
Awake brain surgery. You know, having people talk to you while
the whole time
your head's chopped open. And it's such an interesting thing, though, and I think that's something for many of us can relate to is, gosh, each and every one of us has so much that we can share with others. Our unique experience, our unique journeys are just a masterclass in guidance, advice, and you call it seeds of possibility for other people to follow. But sometimes we might be so reluctant of sharing it because of not being good enough to be on camera, not being able to remember enough, or not wanting to waste somebody's time, versus just having the certainty that, you know, us as we are is enough and our journey is enough. Yeah. Yeah. Do you have an opinion on that, or are you just agreeing to give me stop talking?
No, I'm agreeing.
Okay. And then the other thing that we wanted to just chat about today is you have a reluctance on hearing the C word, cure. Cure.
I don't like that word.
Why is that?
Well, one, this is supposed to be a incurable or terminal illness, and there has been a couple times where certain providers have even just branched out and tried to say the word cure or anything like that, which I bet a lot of people feel super hopeful, but to me it's like, like the whole man in the arena, like I am in the arena and the arena is this like illness, and there's just something about it that I feel like I am actively doing the most I can. I mean, there's room for improvement, but like every day,
considerable room for improvement.
There's like every day, I was with friends this whole time. Like my meals didn't look like everybody. I would have like chips and like popcorn and pretzels and I would be drinking wine or like having beers with friends, and I mean, I am unwilling to compromise my nutrition. I'm unwilling to compromise my like sleep. I'm unwilling to. There is nothing more important than my health right now, at all. And when I get hesitant with the word cure, it's like, I'm not saying I don't want to be cured from this, but like I don't want to be cured from the life that I used to have. Because I was so stressed out in certain areas of my life. I wasn't doing things that I deep down wanted to do, and I was such a people pleaser. I was such so much so that it kind of it shows up with that, talking to the lady, Jane, not talking to her, but why would she want to talk to me? Like that still creeps up, and I still have to work through it, and I don't think, I'm guessing that there's never this time in your life where everything is like phenomenal and great and like everything is figured out, right? I don't feel, or at least I'm like nowhere near it right now. But I mean, in the sense of like the word cure to me is like oh, so you can go back to
Mm.
whatever else. Or whatever else you were doing, because, like, whatever else I was doing caused my cancer.
Yeah,
I didn't have a genetic. It was lifestyle. It was stress.
Well, and I think there's merit. That's something important to mention too. In everything I've read up to this point, it says that something like less than 10% of all cancers actually have any sort of genetic origin. So 80+% of them they're suggesting have epigenetic contributions outside of ourselves, or our behavioral influence.
Yeah.
You and I have a much different experience when providers say the C word. It gives me hope, and I appreciate that hope so much. I appreciate people believing it, and especially certain ones when they say it from such a place of consciousness, because I think they're acknowledging behavioral contributions.
Well, also, I heard the C word twice in one day with 2 of my providers.
No, I heard it too.
Well, no, but I just, they were the first 2 people to say anything like that. Like, already it was, we have no idea how long you're going to be here, but given your set of circumstances, we think that, you'll be on the longer side of things, hopefully, right? But I don't know. I don't want to be asleep at the wheel anymore.
I get that.
I don't even have a wheel to go to.
No,
because I don't have a driver's license. I guess, I don't know where we're.
No, but I get it. I totally get that. I think I hear both ways. Where I hear certain doctors say it and it gives me hope, but I hear what you're saying, and I think you and I have talked about this before. We've even talked about it on here too. Is when we left that one provider's office and we were sitting there talking. And we were saying there's really two cancers. There's the one that grew within you, but then there's there's the behaviors that we engage in daily that are cancerous. Whether that's just poor nutrition, chronic stress, self-deprecation to the point of just maybe hate or really disdain with self, to isolating self, going into poor nutrition, poor exercise, behavioral habits. There's lots of behaviors, right? And so when you're saying cure, what I'm also hearing you say is like having the framework that you have right now, it gives you accountability to continue to do the things that you're doing that you feel are really strong behavioral shifts toward your improved health and healing. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
And I think that's fantastic. You have an eyelash.
Thank you.
I think that's really fantastic because, my goodness, couldn't we all use... Before this, remember I told you change is not hard. Finding reasons to change is hard. You got pissed off at me because you're... But it is. It's
true.
It is true. It's the reasons that are always the hard thing, and now you have reasons.
Yeah.
And I've seen you over the years kind of waffle between trying to do something and falling off track, trying to do something, falling off track. And for the 3 months now of this, you've been dialed in. Obviously, room for improvement. But the things that you have committed wholeheartedly to, for the most part, you've nailed them consistently.
Yeah.
And I am super, super proud of you that. And I think that's a wonderful way to look at it, of saying you don't want to be cured from behavioral changes that you're making that you really do believe and know that are for your own betterment, your own longevity, your own health and healing.
Right. Yes.
Yes? Okay. Do you have anything else to say?
Nope.
Nope, that's it?
That's all.
Why didn't you say goodbye this time?
Oh. Goodbye.
All right, everybody. Amanda always has just never for loss of words and well wishes as we bid you adieu. Thank you so much for being with us on this journey. Thank you. We hope you laughed with us during the middle, especially. And remember, next time we do a conversation, it won't be your first time because you had your first time.
True.
We appreciate each of you deeply. We're so grateful for your continued love, support, well wishes, prayers, and just spending this time with us. We know it's an investment of your day to be a part of ours, and we hope that you get some value out of this. And thank you, as always, for just being you and being here with us. We appreciate you. Bye.
Bye.